Welcome back. We're going to take you back to what's happening near LAX. A 747 Filipino airline making an emergency landing as it approaches LAX. We are told it is just miles from the airport. Stu Mundell and Sky 9, what else can you tell us?
Well, he's about less than a minute from the airport, and he's less than a 4-mile final. You can see it looks like the 405 underneath him there, so he's very, very close. He's coming over the fence. You can see him. He's making his way. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's low, he's slow, and he's heavy. He's got, you can see the heat coming from all 4 engines. That's a very positive sign as well. I'm sure the pilot and all the crews on the ground are waiting to see see that landing, that first moment when that gear touches the ground. And I'm sure the pilot knows what's going on, and I'm sure the passengers also must be aware that something is amiss. So we're not sure if the pilot has been talking to them or not. But you did bring up an interesting point about how these it's been a long flight probably for these people, and now they've did a missed approach and they're coming around. But you can see the buildings are getting larger, so he's getting a little bit lower. There's the 405 for sure. So he'll be here on the ground in just a second or so. Let me get a little bit tighter so we can watch him make this landing. But you can see he's very steady, very slow. He's just come over the fence there, so we should be seeing the runway here in just a second. And there's the runway, and we're looking for the numbers. Those are those big numbers we see painted on the ground. That's where they try to set down the wheels. They usually do a perfect job of it, but we're keeping an eye on that main gear. And there they go, and it seems pretty good. Seems pretty solid right now. And there goes the nose gear, and perfect, nice, smooth landing for that pilot there from Philippine Airlines.
Some tense moments
here.
So
I'm sure it's a sigh of relief for everybody.
Ooh, yeah, for all of us here. All right, 747 jumbo jet. You have just seen it. It was coming in with some landing gear issues. We don't know what they were, but we know that it came very down close to the ground. They put a spotlight on it so they could take a closer look before it circled around Palos Verdes and Long Beach and came back and makes a safe touchdown.
Thank goodness, and I'm sure those passengers are glad to be on the ground after such a long flight. All right, Stu Mundell, thank you so much. We have more now on that dramatic landing at LAX. A 747 with 400 people reported problems with its landing gear. KCAL 9's Rita Garcia is live at LAX, where passengers just got off that plane. Rita.
Yeah, Sharon, they're still actually getting off that plane. That's what's happening right now as we speak. We're talking about 400 passengers plus the 20 crew members. And what's happening right now, as I mentioned, as we speak, is they're going to be shuttled here to the Tom Bradley International Terminal, where they will hopefully collect their bags and then go on with their night. After that emergency landing, as you mentioned, it was some tense moments. You saw it right here first. The pilot did what's called a flyby as firefighters lit up the 747 to check the landing gear after the pilot detected some sort of problem. And this just in, I understand the problem was now 2 blown tires. So after the pilot did what's called that flyby, he attempted again to land and was successful that second time around. He did touch down here at LAX at exactly 9:13 tonight. He did a wonderful job, as you saw. And keep in mind, these passengers have had a very long flight aboard that 747. They are coming in from the Philippine Islands. They must be exhausted, jet lagged, and now thankful to be on the ground. For some of them, this is home. And I should mention that we do have a crew downstairs right now trying to meet some of those passengers, so we will hopefully get a better understanding of what it was like actually being on that aircraft during this whole ordeal. We will, of course, bring you all of the updates. That's the very latest from LAX. I'm Rita Garcia, KCAL 9 News.